Yay! Hello,
Hi.
hello. We are live again.
Yes, here we are. Hello
Good
and good
afternoon.
afternoon. Yes, good Tuesday afternoon. I'm almost like losing track of my time. Good Tuesday afternoon and welcome to our YouTube channel, Lunchtime Chat Show, Voices of Courage, Courage to Be You series.
Yes,
And my name is Julia Chong and I'm have here with me is... Let's point properly.
Lilian.
Lilian. Yeah, Lilian. Okay, so for those of you who have joined us for the first time, this is our YouTube live channel, and the reason for us coming on to this live show is to share with you something that we're passionate about. Okay, Class Living is a social enterprise, and we are so passionate about empowering our clients to focus on their personal development so that they can live a life of courage and significance. So, what is this personal development all about? Okay, it's a huge topic, right? I know it's huge, it's wide. So, what our dear founder Lilian did was to come up with a Woman of Courage blueprint. Okay,
Mm.
so the Woman of Courage blueprint is all about. It starts with ta-da! Are you going to show the slide?
Yes, yes, yes.
You know
Give me
I'm
a minute.
delaying,
Quick,
right?
quick, quick.
The Woman of Courage
My
Blueprint
finger must be fast. Okay,
start
faster.
with... I have to do it a bit slowly. Start with you. Okay, so we start with you. It's all about you. Okay, personal development is all about you, about me, about you, about Lilian. It's all about you. And in our first episode to now, we always use these 3 A's to guide us along in our Woman of Courage Blueprint, which is awareness. Self-awareness is so important, right? So when you have self-awareness, then you have your attitude, and then with that, you can take action, take inspired action. So we're just Lilian and I, we're just looking at the our blueprint and how far we have come. Actually, we're just only halfway. Okay, we're just
Not
halfway
even half.
through. Not even
Not
half.
even
Okay.
half. Look at the blueprint. We're still in the middle of you.
Yeah, we're still in you. And then there's so many things in you to talk about, right? So within you, we are halfway in you. We are not
Yes.
finished talking about you. Okay, we're still concentrating on you because we love you. We want you to focus on your personal development so that you can, live your life the way you want. You can achieve your goals. You can do so many things. Okay, so we started off with this question. Okay, Lilian always asks questions. The first question in the first episode we asked, who are you? See, your self-identity. Okay, so we asked, who are you? And then we went into the four perception is, how do you see yourself? How you project yourself to others? And how others see you? And of course, then how God or the higher power sees you. So that is the question of identity. Who are you? Then last week we have Anita and this one, Anita and Natalie, not this
Natalie.
one. Sorry, Natalie. Okay, they came onto our show, and that show was we talk about purpose. What is a purpose on earth? Okay, where are you from? So again, Lilian, wow, put us on our hot seat. The three of us on a hot seat. Where are you from? Why are you here? So what's your purpose? Why are you here? What can I do? What can you do? Okay, what are you believing today? And of course, she shared with us about this thing called potential using the apple seed. The very, very visual. She's a very visual educated. Apple seed. How does apple seed? Inside the apple, when you plant it, it becomes forest. Actually, it's orchard lah, not forest. Orchard. Okay, we call it forest. Okay, for visualization, we call forest.
Yes.
So
As
what does
big
it
as
mean?
possible.
Yeah. So what is it? Potential, right? We talk about potential. Yeah. So that is almost halfway to you. So the next week episode, I tell you, you have to tune in, watch the episode because it's going to be like so fun. We talk about, there's one part of it we talk about personality, and we're going to have all the different personality coming onto our show and talk. So we have this thing called same but different, right? Same but different. Yeah. So today, what is our title for today is this thing, and then Lilian always has this question. What do you want? So Lilian, back to you. Over to you.
Yeah, that's the next question, isn't it? Yeah, how can we do this without question? The whole idea of self discovery is all about asking questions. So yes, today our question is, what do you want? So Julia, without any guest today, you are back in the hot seat. Yeah.
Must invite
So
guests. I must go and hunt
yeah,
for guests.
invite.
You want to
Yes.
be on the show, please look for me. No, no, I need the hot seat all the time. Yes, what do I want?
Mm. And do you find that it's easier to actually answer? I mean, this is how I realized. This is what I realized through coaching and experiencing with different ones. Then when we ask this question, usually they answer what they don't want.
It's easy,
Is
lor. So what they don't
Yeah.
want means what they want. They make you think.
No, it's they tell you what they don't want, but they can't seems to tell you what they want. Yeah,
Okay,
it seems to be easier to list down what they
what
don't
they don't
want.
want. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you say, okay, I know what you don't want, but what do you want?
I think for me in the past it's very difficult
Mm,
because sometimes at a point of time it's really I don't know what I want. Yeah, I really don't know. So, yeah, I do ask myself sometimes once in a while in the past, okay, in the past, I will sit down and ask, so Julia, what do you want? And I think, yeah, what I want. I don't know what I want. At one point in time, yeah. So now today, if you ask me, I want to be financially free. I want to be able to help others. I want to be able to empower women, to really live their life. Of course, our lingo, like courage and significance, but really live their life to the fullest, whatever
mm,
fullest means to them, right? If
mm,
living your life to the fullest means you go you jump jump off the bungee do bungee jumping, do what you call parachuting or whatever, if that's living life to the fullest, then yes, you should. But a lot
mm,
of them, yeah, so that's what I want to help. I want to help myself first by
mhm.
being financially free, financially independent, and then after that I want to help others as well. This is what I
Others,
want.
yeah, yeah. Actually, very simple things. Sometimes you don't have to go to the big question of the purpose and all that yet.
Yeah.
But just like simple things like what do you want? What do you like to eat? What do you like? What
But for
where do
me,
you want to go? Sometimes simple questions like this, right? Some people, not all, but I encounter quite a lot. 随便咯. It's okay. What do you want? Then they will throw you back the question. What do you want? Okay, I'm one of those. I used to I used to be like that, and still at times I'll do that to my family, and it's really frustrating. What do you want to eat? Just tell me, what do you want? And that seems to be such a difficult question to answer. So
yeah,
um, and the thing that I realized that I take away here is that if you don't know what you want, right? You won't know what to do. Likewise,
absolutely.
yeah, likewise, if people ask you what do you want to eat, if you don't know what you want to eat, then what are you going to buy?
Or how people will buy things for you, right?
Yeah, it's so intimately connected, no? Like, what do you want, and then the actions that follows. So, I mean, I have a very image again in my mind. Is that it's like catching the rabbit, trying to catch a rabbit among rabbits. Yeah, imagine there's so many things in life out there, right? Imagine they're all rabbits hopping around, and you know how fast rabbit runs, so how fast this world is operating. And if you are so distracted by all the rabbits and you don't know which one you want, you're gonna have a hard time catching the rabbit, and you don't know which one to focus, and you won't develop a strategy, or you need to like lock down in
Mm,
lock down into
right.
one target, right? Yeah, that's where we relate it to being focused, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
What's your thought
And
about this?
yeah, before I answer you, there's a rabbit that pop out.
There's a rabbit.
Say hello to
Okay, let's look at.
Anita. Hi, Anita. I know
Hello,
what
hello,
Anita want
Anita.
actually. I know what Anita want. Anita want to eat her bak chor
Oh,
mee.
gee.
Yeah, and also cockles to warm her heart. So I know, yeah, I know what Anita want. So coming back to your question about catching rabbits, yeah, it's really true. I always when you talk about rabbit, I always talk about the messaging. Sorry, this is an occupational hazard. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah, if you don't know who you target, then you write for everybody. At the end of the day, you don't write for anybody at all. So yeah, you're actually writing nothing. So it's just like if you don't know what you want, you actually want a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you have nothing. at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about really like being focused and intentional, which
Yeah.
we will talk about a bit more later. Like,
Mm.
even like for your strength, because people tend to want to compare. It's
Yes.
very natural to like,
Right.
envy and compare, right? Wow, this person has this skill or can sing so well. This person can play the guitar, and blah and blah and blah. The list goes on, and then you, instead of focusing on your own strength, you are always checking what other people's strength is and trying to imitate others. Yeah. So this whole thing about courage to be you is, to look inside of you and look at your strength and focus on your strength, right?
Yeah. Can I
Mm.
just sidetrack a little bit?
Yeah.
Talking
Yep.
about this, yeah. So yesterday I was just catching a rerun of MasterChef Australia.
Mm.
They did this special season with all the second runner, first runner, second runner. Not no, not the winners, not the losers, but the second, third runner. So all
Mm.
coming together, and they are good because they're in the top three, right? Top three or top
Yep.
four, so they are good.
Mm.
So there's this contestant who was saying like, "Wow, I looked around, wow." And you can see everybody is cooking. She is cooking, everybody is cooking. But she keeps saying that, wow, look at them, they're cooking so well, smells so good. Wow, looks very good. Then some of them are really plating, wow, some looks so good. And then she's just second guessing herself and she said, oh no, how am I doing? Like what you say, comparing. She started to compare. She started to overthink. She started to compare and then she started to doubt herself. So the moment when you start to compare, you overthink, that self-doubt will come in. So she was like, okay, look at my dish, like looks so simple. I'm not sure the judges would like it, not sure, it tastes good. But at the end, when everybody got called out to present their item, when she present hers, she did so well. I was like, hello. So it just reminded me that yeah, what you say, Lord, is just like focus on her strength. Her strength, they can cook. Yeah, there's
Mm.
a different, maybe the different variation of how the cooking skill, but they can cook. Focus on the strength. So she should be
Mm.
focused on, putting the best of her inside her cooking, and then just present her to the
Mm.
judges. Yeah. So that is
Yeah.
so yeah, that is so practical, right? Right? Focusing on our
Yeah.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like coming back to this again, is like, I always remember this, that one of my mentor shared with us, is that, let me share with you. Yeah, most most people, when you ask them, what do you want to do, or right, what do you want, and the mind will go into like, okay, if I have this, if I have the time, I will, take this certain action. If I have, let's give an example. If I have the time, I will go and do, sorry, I will, or if I have the money,
Yeah,
I
if you
cannot
have the
hear you.
money.
If I have the
Have the
time, or
money.
if I have the money, then I will do this, do that, then I'll be happy, I'll be I'll be peaceful, I'll be, yeah, whatever they want to be. But the thing is, I've realized and I've learned that it should be the other way around. The sequence a bit tombalik. The sequence a bit wrong. We should be, if you want to be, have a peaceful mind, for example, then you want to be still, being able to stay focused, being able to have me time, and do and take the actions to spend time alone to reflect. Yeah, then you will be peaceful, you know and if you want to, so it should be the other way around. If you want to, um some people say that, wow, I want to have a intimate relationship, for example. So they want to have an intimate relationship, so then they need to do something about it, right? And then they can be in a being intimate with their partners or whoever. But the thing is, if in order to have in order to have a intimate relationship, first of all, you need to be right. You need to be loving. You need to be kind. You need to be considerate. You need to be empathize, being able to empathize, right? Then you will do, because the being will lead to the doing, right? Then you will do the things that are so nice, so loving, so caring, so kind, so helpful, right? Then you will have an intimate relationship, a good relationship. Yeah, this is something that I learned and I thought it's a good tip to share. What are your thoughts about this?
I always think that the have do be is it's like a sense of security for them, right?
Mm,
If I have the money, then I can do then I can donate to the
mm,
charity, and then I'll be happy. So that's a sense of security, because they will think that I don't have money. How do I donate to charity? And then I become, like
scarcity,
unstable or insecure. Yeah,
yeah, and
insecure
lack or
or
live in lack.
living in lack. Yeah. So if we reframe and reverse is, then we should be, happy, be confident, be confident and do. What can we do if we don't have the money? Spend the
Mm,
time, donate your time. Time is money as well, right? So what you
mm,
can do, go to charity, go to children's home, go and help. Use your hands, sing, use your leg, all this,
sanitize.
help them. Yeah, sanitize first. Yeah, and then do something, action, right? Be is
Mm,
aware, do is action. So action, yeah, do something, donate your time, even donate your wisdom,
mm,
coaching, free coaching, right? Free education.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
then what do you have? Happiness, peace of
mm,
mind. Yeah, and then you have more confidence. You have
yeah.
more security in you. Yeah. So I do agree that you have to be, do, and have. I think that's the way to way to start. If you always having the have, do, be, I think just switch over and be, do, have. Try it.
Mm.
I think it's
So
good.
renew your mindset, reframe your mindset. Yeah, reverse this.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the great teachers, and there are a lot of teachers out there, right? Yeah, we learn from mentors, leaders. Yeah, great leaders, great teachers out there. And one of my favorite, who is your favorite teacher?
I know who you're gonna say. I also have the same. We have the same teacher.
Yeah, we love this teacher so
Yeah,
much. Yeah, we
the
really love this.
teacher has the same initial as me. Do you
Ah,
realize?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he
What are we talking
loves
about?
and he loves to ask questions. Yeah,
Yes.
that's why we model
Love.
after him,
And
isn't it?
he paints a nice picture as well. He's also very visual. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
He's very visual. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves to tell stories. Oh,
Yes.
he loves to tell stories.
He's the
Yeah,
best storyteller.
yeah. And
So
the
who's the
story
teacher? Everybody want to know. Yeah, who's the
is
teacher?
suspense. Who is this teacher? Yeah. Yeah, Julia and I, we share the same faith. We share the same faith. So yes, our teacher is none other than Jesus.
Jesus. Yay.
Yes. Yeah, and there's a lot to learn from Jesus. Life principles, even business strategies. Yeah, he is in a marketplace. He walk the streets. He's like with the people, and yeah, he talk about fishing industry. He talk about farming industry, agriculture. He talks about
Wine, wine,
uh,
wine
why. He talks
industry.
about taxes. He talks about finance. Yeah. So if you are a businessman out there or an entrepreneur, there's a lot of business principles that you can and strategy that we can learn from Jesus as well. Besides all the life lessons, okay,
The way
that's what.
you the way the way you describe that he walked the ground, like, reminds me of the the GE, the recent GE, when people had to walk
Walk the
the
ground.
MPs had to walk the ground with
Yeah,
all
walk the
the
ground.
with the team, right, walking the ground. Jesus is a great
Yeah.
politician, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You throw him any questions, he will reply you with another question. Yeah. And this is one question that I learned, when I embark on this personal development journey. I remember the first question before I even attend the first day of my leadership training program. I was reading the Bible, and Jesus already gave me the first question that that he already prepped me for the question that's going to come. And yeah, that was that question again. Our today's topic. What do you want? And you can find that in John chapter 1, verse 38. If you are a Christian, if you read the Bible, you go to John 1:38, where the two disciples saw Jesus. John pointed out to Jesus, and then Jesus turned around and then he asked the disciples, "What do you want? What do you want?" Of course, Jesus know what they want already, right? Yeah. And many times, I mean, as I read more and learn more, I begin to realize that the question that Jesus asked is, it's not that he don't know what we want,
Yeah.
but it's for us. right?
Mm.
It's for us is to
Correct.
draw out, draw out our intention, draw out our dreams, draw out our hopes, draw out our expectations, draw out our desire, draw out what we are seeking and looking for. Yeah. What are your thoughts about this?
Wow, if he asked me what I want, I'm so scared to tell him what I want. Yeah, I think a lot of us do not articulate what we want. I think we have this fear
Mm,
of being judged or
mm,
being ridiculed. Yeah. So if people say, "What do you want?" Don't know. Anything, everything. But we want to know. We want to hear what you want. And sometimes
mm,
it's not because if you say what you want means you need help, but it's also for people to understand, to know you more. Or sometimes
mm,
really you need help. You really need to articulate that, oh, I want help. And
mm.
then people know how to help you. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think on that note, there's some, we are all uh, given gifts and talents, right? We all are wired with and deposited with gifts and talents, and knowing that's our strength, and that strength is to give to others, right? To add value into other people's life, and not to hoard it and keep it and rot, you know. But that also means that other people also have gifts and talents that will add value into our lives, which also means that there will be areas that I need other people's support, right? So we are not like, so there's a balance. When we give, we'll also be receiving, yeah, the strength of others. Yeah. Any thoughts on that one before we move on to the next point?
Yeah, totally agree. And I like the fact that you say that even though we give, we also receive. Yeah.
Mm,
It always brings me back to the reaping and sowing. Yeah,
mm,
or the okay lah. Some people will say the karma, like you do good karma, you get good karma. But I think for us it's really to sow into the lives of our clients, of our our leaders, of
mm.
the people around us. We are sowing into their lives, and the
Yeah.
things that we reap, I think, is just so amazing. Not necessarily in equivalent to what we are giving, but in many other things. Yeah. So
Mm.
agree. Yeah, we give and we also receive.
Yeah, and I think many times what we receive is actually more than,
Yeah,
I feel more than what
what
we
we
give.
given out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the talking about strength, like, I have my strength, Julia has your her strength, so we give into each other's life. Yeah, and I need her gift, because her gift is where I am weak in. Yeah, and likewise vice versa. So it's beautiful when two parties come together and willing to give into each other's life. You are actually
Mm.
blessing each other, with your gifts and talents. Yeah. So yes, coming back to the question, whenever Jesus asks a question, it always leads to an action. He don't ask the question for the sake of asking. He asks for you to reflect, and then it's like an invitation to take action. So I thought that was like such brilliant teach. He's a very great teacher. That's why. Thoughts about how asking questions to lead someone into taking action.
Mm, so I think it's a good it's a good strategy.
Mm,
If you start asking question, and sometimes people will have never thought about that question, and
mm,
then probably their action is to go back and think about the action and do something about it. Yeah. So I
yeah,
think that's quite a very good strategy. Not quite, it's a very good
very
strategy.
good
Yeah.
strategy, right?
When
Yeah.
I ask you, what are you going to do after this? And then you think, yeah, after this, I must do more work. And then your action is do more work.
And maybe sometimes a great idea has been buried in there, or you have been shelving it, and someone just come you to ask that question, just to pull that back out from you again, to
Yep.
nudge you into action, to step out of that comfort zone and take that action. And you could influence and impact your own sphere of influence like nobody can. Yeah,
Yes.
when you just take the courage to be you, isn't it? Again, like asking question can be very irritating, man.
Very.
I mean, like
See, right
being
now you
asked
ask
the
me,
question, being asked the question.
you already asked so many questions. Don't you ask so many? I can look at my notes. Wow, a lot more questions coming out. Sorry,
But
question. Oh, irritating that. Lilian so irritating. Ah.
I
Okay, no.
but this irritation is good because again that drawing from the lessons learned from the oyster, that when the sand drop into the oyster, and it begins to view this, initially it may view this sand, yeah, this irritation as an invader, right? But then what does it do? It begins to cover it with this thing called the what? I don't know what is it
Tears,
called.
the oyster
Neck.
tears.
Yeah, whatever you call it. Yeah. And it becomes a beautiful pearl.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah, a beautiful pearl that comes out from that irritation. So I thought this was a very good illustration.
And then Lilian's gonna irritate us. Oh no.
Yeah, you need a lot of pearls inside you. First the
Yeah, got
forest, now the
open my
pearl, right?
then you
The
open my
apple season
mind,
of
got
pearl.
glitter, got unicorn, and now got pearls
Unicorn.
coming out.
Yeah. So the takeaway for this illustration of the pearl is that the truth arises from the questions that Jesus asked. Is the pearl of
Yeah.
great price that's given to us. Yeah, we all have great pearls inside of us. Yeah, they want to draw out the chain of pearls.
Oh, I dig.
Yeah. So, any thoughts about pearls or irritation?
So now I had to view irritation positively lah. And then I need to go back to to tell our teammates. I said, if when Lilian asks a lot of questions, if you're irritated, it's a good sign because you are developing pearls inside you, pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
Pearls
Hey,
of
look at what
wisdom.
you're wearing.
It's not fake lah. This not
Wow.
fake pearls. This fake pearls. Yeah, this one represent pearls. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, represent pearls, right? Yeah, I should wear pearls. Yeah, yeah, never thought that. Okay, ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the last question. Yeah, today we only got two questions. Okay, it's all about what do you want, and relating it to your purpose is what you want a part of a bigger purpose. What are your thoughts about this?
What I want is a part of a bigger purpose. Yes. Thanks to you after doing a clarity breakthrough session with you. So yeah, so what I want right now, I'm working towards that bigger purpose. So I will view this as my preparation period. Yeah, I have to be a bit disciplined to be prepared. So shall I share my higher purpose? Oh, I'm very scared. And then everybody,
Why
I
am I
had
so
to be
scared?
I will be accountable to everybody. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
declare
know.
it.
Ah. Okay, so you know that what I want, one of the ones that I want is to really help women, right? Help women who are disadvantaged, who are either abused, who are in the sandwich class. So it's also in line with what Class Living and Women of Courage Asia has. So, but the bigger purpose or the higher purpose that I have is actually to minister in a woman's ministry. Yeah, so that is the higher purpose. So now from here to the higher purpose, I don't know when. So this is the preparation part. So now that's why it's the helping lah. The helping starts already lah. The helping starts and the preparation. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yes, it does. It
wonderful.
does. Yeah, and if it doesn't, then go and look for Lilian. She will help you to go to
Ask
the
me a
higher
lot of
purpose.
questions.
Yeah.
You will irritate you with a lot of questions. Yeah. I think I want to share some takeaways from John Maxwell's sharing, yeah, which I thought it would be a value add into our topic today. So one of the things he shared was about a clenched fist mindset versus an open hand mindset. Yeah. So this is to me, I will relate it to our based on our Women of Courage blueprint in the
Yeah.
area of stewardship and contribution. That actually can relate it to many domains of the
Correct.
blueprint, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can relate it to leadership as well. Yeah, community. Yeah, okay. I don't name everything. Yeah. So yeah, what's your thought about or before even sharing what he shared, just by the name of it, clenched fist mindset and open hand mindset. What do you think he was trying to say, and regarding pertaining to our topic, lah, you know, bigger
I guess
purpose.
yeah, I guess clenched fist mindset will probably very close. Like you don't want to give of yourself. You're just hoarding your skills, your skill set, your skills, your knowledge. You are just not willing to give. And I believe that the open hand mindset will be, wow, I have so much. It's time for me to, pay it forward by, teaching, educating people, transfer the skill set to somebody else. Yeah. Or
Mm.
something like in corporate world, they call it the succession planning. You plan for your
Mm.
someone to take over your role, yeah. So I guess that's what the open mindset is.
Mm. Wow. Thanks, Julia. You have explained that point for me already. Yeah. So what Julia shared is very true. And you want I just a thought that came out. You want to relate that to your personality because you mentioned the word knowledge.
Hi, I thought that one can wait until September now. Okay, so
Just a glimpse of it. A glimpse. Yeah. Teaser.
if you know or understand or come to know about this thing called Enneagram, there's 9 personality type and I'm type 5. So you can go and Google what type 5 people are. So one of the strength, okay, I call it strength,
Yeah.
traits of a type
The
5
traits.
is
Yeah.
we like to learn. We like
Mm.
to learn. I do a lot of research. I absorb a lot of knowledge. I absorb a lot of information. I can just go on and on and on, research many things. Okay. It can be like looking at countries. Like sometimes when I watch a show, people talk about like, okay, Chicago. Oh, what? I go and find out more about what Chicago is like, how people live, their culture, whatever. Or it can be architecture, or it can be, for business, social media, everything. And almost everything and anything under the sun, even biblical study. I love to because sometimes in the Bible they don't really talk about the backstory of like why why the Israelites had to go through the desert, because there's a war down there. And what war is it? Well, I love all this, and I would just gather all the knowledge. And sometimes in the past, I would have, let's say, in the business, right? I would gather all the knowledge, gather. I hardly execute.
So it
Execute.
was like a clenched fist
It's clenched fish.
mindset.
I don't execute. I don't put into practice. I just learn. And then
Mm.
it's like, not enough. Learn some more, not enough, not ready, learn some more. So it just clenched fist until one fine day it's like, okay, I think enough already. So I open. So I release, I execute, and then I share, I teach, I coach. Yeah.
Mm.
So that is the practical practical application of the clenched fist and
Yeah. And how
open
do
heart.
you feel after that when after you make the decision to open up your hand and to teach others? What do you see in others? What was the lesson learned that you get from, like, when you impart and contribute and add value into others' life?
At first it's quite scary. It's again back to that imposter syndrome, the fear, yeah, you sure? Are you sure? Maybe people already know that kind, but I say never mind, just release, I just teach. So if they know, okay lah, they know lah, then I teach more lor. Maybe they already know that I can teach more, right? I can share more. So the initial part when I get over is just then now it's like the flood lah, just open the dam and release lah, give value. And I
Mm,
can see that people are pretty excited. Okay, not
mm,
say excited. I can see there's change. There's
mm,
change in there's change in people. By I think by sharing your knowledge, by equipping them, I think you're also empowering them. So once they are
mm,
empowered, right, then they take the step of courage to do things that they have not done. So we always take Anita for example, right, from zero
mm,
to hero. So when we start to talk to her, when we start to teach about social media, Facebook Live, she took the challenge. I know at a point of time she really like, oh my God, must I do this? I think that was that. I can see her face drop. Yeah, but at the same time, she also like, okay, let's do this. She did it, and yeah, she took her step of courage, and she did. Yeah, throw it back to me lah. I say 30 episodes, she do her 40 finish.
You can't get over this, huh?
I can't get over it. Yeah. How can a student challenge the teacher, right? So yeah, I
Well,
love that
that's
challenge.
the
That's a
best.
good.
That's the best part.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
That's a very good challenge, man. Okay, you give me 30, I throw back 40. And she done it, she finished. And then she was sharing that she always have this mindset that she can start, cannot finish, but she finished. So that's a
Mm,
success, and we all celebrated her success, right? And I know that
yeah.
some of our leaders are almost halfway or almost finishing. So 加油, yeah. And I'm
加油，
so
加油。
yeah, 加油. And I'm very happy. I mean, both of us, and even Brenda, three of us, we are very happy to see the leaders are all stepping up, having fun doing things they have not done, have thought about it, but didn't take the first step to do it, and have
Mm,
fun doing it. I think that's very important. And I also very happy to see like able to help them to, like, during business coaching sessions, able to help them to hone down their target audience, or give them ideas, like just brainstorm ideas, building
mm.
ideas upon ideas. I think I really enjoy it, and I can see that something got light bulb. Okay, now they know what to do. Yeah, so that's my that's
Yeah.
my joy.
Yeah, I think it's all about, to me, it's all about seeing the best in others,
Yeah,
see the best in others and bringing out the best in them. Yeah. And
correct.
all this session that we talk about, coming together, brainstorm and all that, it's iron sharpening iron. Because every session, right, not only we are, like just now we mentioned, not only we are adding value into their life, they are also adding value into our lives, right? So it's an exchange there as well. Exchange of knowledge, exchange of experiences. Yeah.
Mm,
Iron sharpening iron. Yeah. Okay. Then the next point I want that I learned from John Maxwell is about intentional living. So knowing what you want, you can then be more intentional in what you do, right? This is now relating to our very, very beginning point. And one of the practical tips that we can share with you today is that there are so many things, right? Remember, so many things to do. I bet your to-do list is like super long. Why not break it down into bite size? Yeah, mine is very long. I keep adding.
yeah. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So what we did, what I did was also to list down three most important things that you need to do the next day. So every night before you sleep, you just list down the three most important things that you need to do tomorrow. Yeah, and get it done. Get those things done. Never mind if it's you get one out of three done. You still celebrate because you get one done. Yeah, so that's being intentional, very, very intentional. All right, so you won't be then landed up in a situation where you're always repairing rather than preparing. Like what
Yeah.
Julia said, now you're in the process of preparing, right? So
Mm,
prepare instead of repair.
firefighting.
Yeah. And the last point is the takeaway from John Maxwell relating to, what do you want is, okay, the relation between what do I want, that one is my own relation, not his sharing. Just to disclaimer. He was sharing about his what he learned from his dad. Yeah, so I'm just tying it with our topic today. And that is maximize your strength, which just now we mentioned about knowing our strength, focus on our strength, but not just knowing and focusing, but to maximize it. How do we do? What do you think? Just test you. Okay.
I'm scared.
What do you think? Just to explore your thoughts. How do you maximize your strength?
I don't know whether have I been maximizing my strength,
Mm,
because I feel that still can do, or still can do more. Yeah, I always feel that okay, I've done, but I can do more. So I
mm,
think it's also why I came out to become entrepreneur, because I was, if I can say, I was stuck in my career as a secretary, where I always used to say, you close one, two eyes, also you can do your work. And it's like you do your work. So your life is like that, you see. Yeah,
stagnant
it's
and
like
plateau.
stagnant. Correct,
Mm,
plateauing already. And even if you want to do more, sometimes the opportunity, you don't have the opportunity, or probably the environment is not ready yet for you. Yeah. And
mm,
sometimes it's also you're not ready, but you don't know. but people can see, yeah. So I think a lot of situations. So I dive, okay lah. I just give myself the opportunity, everything. So I dive into entrepreneurship, and yes, I actually maximized at the point in time, and until like, until I need a coach to help me,
Stretch yourself,
yeah,
right?
focus, yeah. So and now I'm also stretching. I think still have that bandwidth to be stretched further. Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
what
yeah,
studies are not enough, not
yeah.
enough, not enough
We
of
are,
a stretching. Sorry.
we are constantly being stretched. Yeah,
Yeah,
constantly being stretched. Oh dear. Yeah, thank you.
that's a
His phone. Yeah. Okay. So there are three things that John Maxwell shared that about maximizing our strengths. I thought I want to share with our audience as well. That number one is to practice your strength. That's taking action. Taking
yes.
action. Keep practicing. Right. Practice our action. And then the other is to evaluate
Mm.
and get feedback. Right. We don't know whether we are improving or what are our blind spots or what are the areas for improvement, because we maybe only see what is good or always see what is bad. So getting feedback is good to evaluate. Yeah. And then lastly is to improve. Keep improving. That will lead to improving our strength. That's how we maximize. That's the progress of maximizing our strength. So I thought that was good tip for everyone. Yeah,
Yep.
remember to practice your strength. First, of course, it always goes back to our three A's. Awareness, right? Discover what is your strength first before you can even practice your strength. Yeah. Okay, last one. Yeah, having said all this, what do you want? Knowing what you want is so important, that because it will lead to the action, the strategy, and the action. And then
Yep.
after that, give your 100%. Give your 100%. Yeah, not 90%, not 99%, not 99.999%, but really go all
100%.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
go all
And
out.
before that, Anita has commented
Yes.
again.
Okay. What is she
That
saying?
I couldn't have done
Oh.
it if you didn't reach out and agree to help. Much love to the both of you. Yes. Okay. So I just also want to do a disclaimer. Anita is not the only leader who has gone from zero to hero. Yeah, people like Nicole. Nicole also like I
Mm,
think she did share that she has been like thinking about doing Facebook Live. So once
mm,
we threw the challenge, she's like, okay, let's do it. I mean, she's been thinking about it, and some of the leaders like Jasmine, yeah,
mm.
I believe that she I think they did like sit down and think, maybe I want to do Facebook Live, but how to do? Then once the challenge is out, then they realize that okay, this is how you do it, and this is how I can do it, and we always look at their first episode, right? Wow, very scared. Test the
It's
mic.
so
Can you
cute.
hear me? Yeah, very cute one. Can you hear me? Testing. Da, da, da.
I remember my
Um,
first episode too. Oh, the before I
yeah,
press the button.
scared, right? Scared. Live is live. Yeah. So yeah, and then when now you see their Facebook live, all pro, very professional. Jasmine did what English and then got Mandarin some more.
Mandarin some more. Wow.
What did he do?
So we must up the level, right? We must level up.
Yeah, so yeah, so this is what we are always very joyful looking at how, like what Lilian said, bring out the best of themselves and seeing the best version of themselves, doing their work and doing sharing their expertise. And we have like Nicole will have guests on her show, and she's so brilliant in doing like 3, 2, 1. So easy,
Yeah.
right? It's so easy, 3, 2, 1. No, like don't have to think, don't think too much lah. Just 3, 2, 1, easy, simple. Come out and share. So that's what she do. And Suzanne is a very good visual storyteller, and wow, her production very slick one. I very scared. Yeah, her production is so slick, and from if you look at Suzanne's very quiet, very nice. Very nice guy. But when she goes on live, you see all her expertise all come out. Wow, the weapons all come out already. Yeah. So so just to tell you that, yeah, besides Anita, we have a lot of leaders coming on live, and you can see their live on Women on Courage Asia page, their own profile as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides those that I mentioned by Julia, Helen and the rest also, they took the courage to speak up and share their story of courage. at our
Yes.
monthly empowerment meeting, which is tonight. Yeah, happening
Mm.
tonight. Yeah, at
Tonight,
six
tonight.
thirty. Yeah, if you haven't registered, please go register. womenofcourage.asia. Yeah. I mean, before we wrap up this today's chat, lunchtime chat, uh, we won't leave until we have a challenge, or since we're talking about challenge, ding 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 ding.
So I'm not the only one throwing challenges.
Yeah, okay. This one, to be fair, yeah, again, the fine line is optional, but I was very triggered by John Maxwell sharing, and felt that I want to take up this challenge, which is
Ta-da-da-da,
show
drum
it
roll.
is 31 days Proverbs challenge. Okay, what's Proverbs? Proverbs is wow, it's all the wise saying. Yeah, the wise saying by the wisest man on earth. That's
Very
Solomon, King
wise.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah, as wise as King Solomon, right? So whether you believe in the same faith or not, it doesn't matter. All right, because the wise saying is what matters. The principle is what it matters, because it helps. A lot of leadership principles, they derive from it. Of course, John Maxwell, he derived a lot of his leadership principles from the Bible, and Proverbs is definitely one of them. And I welcome you to, and I invite you to journey together with me on this 31 days Proverbs challenge. What we're going to do is, because there are 31 chapters, so just read one chapter a day and jot down. You never know what are the business strategy, principles, ideas that you can get out from the Proverbs, because it's
Mm.
wise saying. Yeah, it's wise saying. There must be some, we want to learn from the wise, right? So definitely you will have ideas and principles, or even strategies that you learn from all these wise saying. So you will see my Facebook, my social media starting from tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'll
it's
share
easy
my takeaway.
for easy for Lilian to do all this because she has been doing like day one every day live. If not live, then jump up and down like Anita would say jump up and down. So it's easy. But for those who find it difficult or like have not done challenges before. I for one person, I tell you, I don't do challenge. I see people do challenge, I'll just ignore. And if people tag me, I untag myself. Say, please don't tag me. I don't do challenge. I don't go and I don't. Yeah, but I realize that challenges are good. Yeah, challenges are good. It helps you. It keeps you thinking. Like for me, okay, like, it keeps me thinking. It helps me to draw out reflections, takeaways. It really helped me be a bit more disciplined, be a bit more disciplined in myself, because once you're in the challenge, you are accountable to Lilian, me, and the whole of the online people. You're accountable. The moment you do, so it helps. It's not only help like knowledge, but it helps you to grow as a person. I guess
Mm, yep.
For if challenges don't do anything, but this one thing will do for you is your own personal development. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. So we have a lot to chat. We can go on and on and on.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I told Anita I was on her show on Monday. I was like, half an
so
hour
fast.
finish already. Yeah, so fast. Finish.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when we talk about you, and there's so much to talk about, isn't it? Yeah, and so much to learn about ourselves. So this whole chat show, is all about encouraging you to discover, the potential in you, and the
More
courage
about
to be
you.
you.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
about you. The best
Yes.
version of yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You have not seen what you can do yet, sister. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, I like that quote that says that your life unfolds to the proportion of your courage, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So join us every Tuesday and Thursday,
Here she go
Tuesday
again.
and Thursday at 12:30. But before we go, we also want to share with you this link, Clarity with Lilian. If you have any questions, or you need to find your focus, you feel very confused, you don't know where to start, you have ideas but you don't know how to start, where to start, yeah, just book a session with me. All right. Julia have done the
Yes.
clarity session with me
Mm-hmm.
before. Yeah.
Very
So
good. It really, I mean, not because she's here, but it's really very good because there is even more clear the clarity. That's how I got to my higher purpose. Yeah, I have a purpose. I know what I want, but I have not gone to the higher purpose. So with
Mm.
that clarity session with her, yeah, I found my higher purpose, and now I'm in my preparation part.
Yes. And the next link that I want to share with you is, yeah, Women of Courage Asia tonight. Our monthly empowerment meeting is happening tonight at 6:30 over at Zoom. So please register through this link to get your Zoom access to the meeting. And we would love to hear from you because there are opportunities and the segments for you to share your
Yes.
takeaway as well. Yeah, so we
Mm.
really love to hear from you. It's a safe space. Yeah, and we have Sari Marsden as well as Nicole sharing with
Oh,
us their expertise and their story of courage. Yeah, so come and be immersed in the atmosphere and environment of a supportive community. Okay, of
yes.
courage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ladies only, ladies. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, we just want to create a safe space for ladies.
Yes.
Okay, so Julia, that's all for us tonight. Tonight too.
Tonight, tonight one more. Yeah, tonight one more.
Yeah, that's all for this episode.
Yeah.
We'll. Oh yeah,
What's
what's
the next
what's
episode?
next? Yeah, sorry, I forgot to share. Let me share what's next. Um,
Interesting.
yeah,
It's a very interesting episode.
next episode is ta-da.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's an overview of your shape. All right. So you,
If you
you heard us mention about shape before. So yeah, we'll go into that in the next episode.
want to know what your shape is, join
Mm.
us.
Okay, that's all. Really got to go. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we will go on and on and on.
Yes. Enjoy your day.
Bye. Tuesday and
Bye.
Thursday.